what's good, boxing and fight fans? This is Eric from Jab Sports TV, and we are about a day away from Leo Santa Cruz versus Carl the Jackal Frampton, Saturday night, July 30th in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center. Someone's O must go. Both of these fighters are undefeated, and someone has to come out with an L. So someone's O is definitely going to go. Now, overall, this is going to be a great night of boxing action going on in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center. You'll also have Paulie Malignaggi versus Gabe Bracero for the Brooklyn World Championship belt. And you also got Mikey Garcia versus Elio Rojas, in which this is a fight that Garcia is coming back after a long layoff, dealing with a lot of contractual, promotional, and management issues. So that'll be definitely a good fight to see him come back. Now, Leo Santa Cruz comes off of a tune-up fight last February against Kiko Martinez, in which he won by a 5th round TKO. That same night, actually earlier in the day, that same day in February, Frampton came off of a split decision fight against Scott Quigg, in which he broke Scott Quigg's jaw and unified the super bantamweight belts before actually moving up to the featherweight division. Now, the tell of the tape, with both of these guys, you got Leo Santa Cruz coming in at 5'7.5" tall. His reach is 69 inches, which is pretty long reach for a featherweight. And his record is 32 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, and 18 wins by way of KO. So that's around about a 55% KO percentage that he has. And Carl Frampton comes in at 5'5" tall. His reach is only 62 inches, significantly less, that's 7 inches less than Leo Santa Cruz. And his record is 22 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, and 14 wins by way of KO. So that's around about a 64% KO percentage. So these guys have the ability to knock each other out, but styles make fights. You know, every fight is different, so, no telling how this fight will actually go. But how I think the fight may play out is that Frampton is going to come on strong. He's going to keep coming forward and try to press the fight against Leo Santa Cruz earlier on with that jab, that feint jab that he has, where he tries to back his opponents up and cut off the ring so he could come out on the inside and do some damage. So you're going to see a lot of that where he's feinting that left jab or trying to use that left jab to get on the inside of Leo Santa Cruz. And I think Leo Santa Cruz is going to let that happen. He's going to mix it up a little bit on the inside with Carl Frampton just to see what he has, see what he's working with on the inside. But once Frampton does that, I think up until like the 5th round up, that's when Leo Santa Cruz is going to start picking apart Frampton, using his height, using his reach to push Frampton back. And Leo Santa Cruz is actually going to press the fight and come in on the inside of Carl Frampton and start ripping those uppercuts and those body hooks, those hooks to the body that just takes the win out of almost every fighter that Santa Cruz has fought. I mean, you look at when he fought Kiko Martinez. I mean, that's exactly what he did. He started to get on the inside of Kiko Martinez, started to rip those body shots, and Kiko Martinez couldn't, answer the count. Or he actually got stopped by TKO in the 5th round. And I think that's how this fight's going to go, to tell you the truth. It's going to go like the Santa Cruz Kiko Martinez fight, where, he's just, and Martinez had a lot of heart. And I know Carl Frampton has heart as well, but just his reach puts him at a disadvantage. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz can pick him apart from the outside, and when Santa Cruz decides to come on the inside, he's just going to rip him apart with those uppercuts and those hooks to the body. It's going to be a great fight, and I think the result is going to be either a TKO or KO near like the 9th or 10th round in favor of Leo Santa Cruz. Either way, if this fight even goes to the cards, which I don't think it will, I think Leo Santa Cruz is just too fast for him. He has a bit too much power for Carl Frampton, and he's just going to overwhelm him with those body shots, especially once Santa Cruz gets on the inside. So that's how I think the fight's going to go. And my takeaway from this fight is that I think both of these guys, even though it's going to be a great fight, I think both these guys ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux in the bantamweight division. I mean, that Leo Santa Cruz moved up from bantamweight, in my opinion, because he didn't want to face Guillermo Rigondeaux, because Guillermo Rigondeaux was next up to fight Leo Santa Cruz at one point, and then Leo Santa Cruz moves up. Then the same thing happens with Carl Frampton. After he beat Scott Quigg last February, he moves up to featherweight, because he claims that he has such a tough time trying to make weight in bantamweight that he felt it was time for him to move up to featherweight and, to face Leo Santa Cruz. And after he beat Scott Quigg, Guillermo Rigondeaux was next in line for him to fight Frampton for that belt. Now, they actually took the belt away from Guillermo Rigondeaux, and that's who the belt that Scott Quigg and Frampton fought for. Well, Frampton unified the belts. He won that belt, and now all of a sudden, Guillermo Rigondeaux was the next fight for Carl Frampton. So I just don't get that. That's what I hate about boxing. I hate the cherry picking, and I hate these guys ducking each other. I mean, these promoters and these fighters have no regard for what fans really want to see, and fans is what makes the sport. That's just my opinion on it. But overall, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great night of fights on July 30th in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. Let me know, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your predictions are. How do you think this fight's going to go? Or any questions that you have. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and also share this video. And if you like getting content like this and the latest news in the boxing world, please subscribe to the channel, Jab Sports TV. Thanks for watching.